Hello everyone, I am Will, and welcome back to my playthrough of Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin. Yep. Last we left off, we did the gutter. Yep. Did the whole thing. Yep. And I started off at the first bonfire. Just kind of made our way through. Yep. There's no boss in the gutter, so we just kind of worked our way through, lighting all the sconces along the way, because if you do light all the sconces, there is an NPC invader that invades at the very bottom just before the drop down into Black Gulch. So made sure we went through every nook and cranny, lighting all the sconces that we come across. Yeah, the main enemies you're going to be fighting are hollows, like hollow prisoners and all that stuff. There are a few giant dogs, which are tanky, but they're not that bad. They have very wonky attack animations, but for the most part, they're not bad. Yeah, but they do like to come out from the shadows. So we basically just had our torch on us the whole time, just so we can kind of like, well, again, light the sconces and just like check for enemies. So yeah, so that's how we did. We just kind of worked our way through, used our whip to take care of the little poison spitting statues before we get too close. Yeah. Picked up, I think, a dark pyromancy flame, fragrant branch of yore. There's the Oris armor set in there as well. There's also a Hay Knight for some reason is down there. Yeah, he drops the Hade lance, like a little heavy spear, basically, as well as the Hade's iron mask. Yep, it's like another helmet type thing, but has an actual like plume on the back. So it's a really cool looking helmet. I might wear it eventually, but we'll see. We'll see. Horse armor, the Hade Knight. Our first encounter with the, I think they call them the coal tar monsters or whatever. Yeah, it's the little things that jump out of the little tar pits. Yeah, they're gonna be the main enemies down here, so we'll see them. We'll get familiar with them. Yeah, because they will drop large shards and chunks. Yep. Yeah, fortunately, the first one we encountered did drop a chunk for us, so that's always good. Yeah, so it was one of those. There was a mimic. Containing a lightning-infused winged spear. Won't say no to that. As well as the dark armor. Yep, the chest piece of the dark wraith armor set. So we have piece number 2. Yeah, then we killed the mimic. Then we were invaded by Butcher Melinda. I think it's her name, Melinda the Butcher. Yeah, it's kind of like a running gag in From Software games, starting in the Demon Souls with the Butcher in World 5-2. Yeah, very infamous in the original release, because the swamp there, you're heavily slowed and you can't roll. However, that NPC could move normally and could roll in the swamp, so very infamous enemy from there. Yeah. And then it was kind of like pulled, I don't want to say pulled through, but I've assumed during the play testing and in-house at FromSoft, someone kind of like copied that in Dark Souls, and it's here again in Dark Souls 2. Yeah, so it's just like a lady in rags with a big old cleaver of some sort. So yeah, so we encountered her, we beat her up. She gives an effigy. Yeah, I think you get an effigy every time you defeat an invader, so that's kind of standard. Yep. And just made sure we lit the sconces. Trying to think of what other big. We also grabbed the one-eyed Great Shield. The Great Shield with the HP absorb effect. So basically, just get health back on kills. The Fragrant Branch of Yore. There's actually another one, just down here, just before the gutter. So there's actually 2 in that little area. So we should have 3. Yeah, we have 3. That's good. We need to make sure we have at least 1, because we need a unpetrified statue to get to the other bonfire in the area. So, and else? We also got the our Tattered Claw set, the Pyromancer starting armor back in Dark Souls 1. I got that again. It was actually, the whole set was in a chest, so we didn't have to go back and get it from the Dark Stalkers, which is good. Yeah, and I think that was it. I think that was all the notable loot in the area. Yep, so we did light all the sconces. So when you light the last sconce, for us it was the last one at the very bottom, just before Black Gulch, where the invader spawns. Yeah, lit all the sconces, and NPC invader Gutter Dennison, yeah, invaded. Yeah, so we took care of her. She's a spellcaster type, mainly relies on her spells, but so just get close and just kind of beat her up. So defeating her, she drops the witch robe, gloves, and boots, as well as the witch's veil. Yep. The main prize with her is her veil, because it offers complete immunity to curse. The curse buildup, anyway. Yeah, so any curse jars you see, slap that on, unaffected by them. I know Nassandra, the final boss of the base game, she has a lot of curse in her fight, so we'll probably wear the veil in that fight. Yeah, that's the main reason why we cause her to spawn, just for the veil, because it will have its uses. And I think, I'm trying to remember what else we did. Nothing else did, really. Yeah, did fall to our deaths a few times, which is to be expected. But yeah, and that was basically all of the gutter. And we just kind of bust our way through some pots, grab the other fragrant branch of the ore, through the fog gate, into here, and that was it. That was it. Ah, yes. So we finished up the gutter. Oh, lovely. Yeah. Kind of like Blighttown. It's not the best place, but it does have some few very good stuff you don't want to miss out on. Yeah, particularly the mimic and the Aurus armor is really good. Dark Pyromancy Flame is also good if you're gonna stay hollowed, because it boosts the power of that. Yeah, there's also a Forgotten Door there. I forgot to mention that. So, yep, that's it. That's all we did. Just the gutter. Yep, just the gutter. And between episodes, I finished up my Bellkeeper Mad Warrior farming. So we did achieve rank 3 of the Bellkeepers. Yep. And by achieving rank 3, we got the Bellkeeper set. Yep, the Bellkeeper helmet, the belly band, gloves, and boots. Yep. And an old belly band that is oddly comfortable belonged to a Bellkeeper. To this day, the forbidden love of the Prince of Elkin and the Princess of Ven manipulates these marionettes. Surely they never imagined that their dolls would outlast their own kingdoms. Yep. Yeah, so the Prince of Elkin and the Princess of Ven. Yep. So, yep. Achieving rank 3 gives you the armor set. Rank 2 gave us a hidden weapon, and rank 1 gave us a slab. So getting at least rank 1 is definitely recommended. Yep, just for the slab. Yep. And then after I did that, I went back to the Forest of Giants to farm the 1 ogre again for the all stones. So we have 50 all stones, which I believe is enough to achieve rank 3 in the Covenant of Champions. Yep. So I'll probably do that. Probably turn that in eventually. Not right this second, but. And then after that, I went back to the Grave of Saints, because the rats in the Grave of Saints will drop rat tails, and I believe we need 35 to achieve rank 3 in the Rat King Covenant. So I began farming for those. Yeah, it is a rare drop, but we'll get it eventually. I mean, the rats also drop Repair Powder and old Radiant Life Gems, so always good to farm that. You never have enough repair powders on you, that's for sure. Yep. And also bought some shards, large shards, upgraded some stuff. Upgrade our pike to +6 just to kind of check it out. I might use it. I don't know. If I had a bit more strength, it'd probably be better, but for right now, it's not quite as good as our wing spear, but it does have better reach. Also upgraded a black steel katana to +6. Almost as good as the Uchi katana, but almost. I mean, it does have a higher dex scaling, so if we had more dex, it probably outpaced the Uchi katana, but for right now, the Uchi's a little better. Not by much, but a little bit. I also changed the infusion of the wing spear we got last episode to dark and upgraded to +6. So now I have a +6 wing spear, +6 lightning wing spear, and a +6 dark wing spear. So, and I can still buy a wing spear from McDuff if I really have to, but I don't think I need to. So, yes, I love my wing spears. I will have every infusion if I can. Yeah, so I did that. Farmed for the rest of the armor sets I had. And I got the old knight legging, I was missing that. Got the old ironclad leggings, I missed that as well. And the old ironclad leggings from Forest of Giants out past the, I think the soldier rest bonfire where we get the seed of a giant. Yeah, there's a few old ironclads there that I farmed for that. Yeah. And I think that was it. Yeah, I think that was it. Oh, no, that was not. I also went back to the Shaded Woods, that one bonfire we got after Rosabeth, and I farmed the Garum there for his armor set, so I have that as well. Yep. And in the meantime, I also got an S-stock from one of the goblins. So yeah, the goblins, they drop a pretty wide variety of weapons. Yeah. Various, like, basic, like, starter, almost quote starter weapons. Longsword, S-stocks, I think a battle axe, just some interesting weapons, but yeah, all of them we can get by merchants or other means, but if we need another one, just go to them. They should have it. Yeah, so I got the Gurm armor set, and I think that was actually it. I think that's finally it, yeah. Yep, and that was it. That's all I did. Yep. Finished up the Covenant ranking up, the items for the Covenants, odds and ends, rank up, or reinforced weapons. Yeah. The usual. And for today, we're going to be doing Black Gulch. Yep, Black Gulch. You're going to need to do it. Excuse me. Yep. Black Gulch, yep. It's not a very big area, so we should do this relatively quickly. But I say that because, well, I say that even though there's like a little secret, quote, secret area that involves 2 elite giants, a covenant, yeah, a little covenant zone. Yeah, there is a bit more to the Black Gulch, but if you just run from here to the old one at the end, to the Rotten, you can do that very quickly. You can probably do like in less than a minute, but I'm going to take my time. So yeah, there's the Forlorn can invade here. There are 2 NPC invaders as well, which reminds me, I want to put this on Delicate Strain. Yeah, Delicate Strain should help increase the odds of the Forlorn spawning, so let's hope. So we need one more to get their chest piece. So yeah. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, basically that's in here. Lucatiel should also be down here as well. But in order to get to her, you have to do like the little secret section with the giants. So we're gonna do that. Yeah, that's the plan. The Black Gulch. And our equipment for today, at least starting out, I want to try my paired claws, or power stance my claws here. This should be fun. The enemies down here, I believe they're all weak to slash. I'm pretty sure the giant worm ones are weakest to thrust, but I want to give my claws a try. So I have my power stancing claws to +6. I got our whip out again for the statues, so we just break them as we go, so we don't have to worry about them. Got my sorcerer staff because I am using some sorceries. I have 3 copies of Heavy Soul Arrow, as well as Cast Light. So we're going to need cast light here and there just to see where we're going, but so yeah, planning on sorceries today. We've got the Delicate String again for the Forlorn. Ring of Blades because we're doing pure melee, so we get the most out of it. Stone Ring, probably the best ring in the game, just so we can hopefully stagger the tar monsters and the NPCs. And the Coveted Serpent Ring for most rolls. And then our armor is the Penal Mask, Pate's Armor, Jester Gloves, just for the soul gain, and the Leggings of Aureus. Or Horus, or however you want to pronounce it. Yeah. Not bad, not bad. Yeah, I wanted to use these leggings because I really do like them. They are really cool looking, but I don't quite have enough pieces here to really make a, I don't say solid fashion, but this works. This works. You got our flasks and gems. Yep. Bought a whole bunch of arrows. Yep. Here my level should be the same as last time. I haven't leveled up yet, or at all. Almost close to 3 million soul memory. Nice. Alright. Alright. Shall we just get this show on the road? Yeah, I think so. The Black Gulch. Yep. You can hear like that little heartbeat almost in the background. Not what I wanted. It works. Yeah, we're just gonna slow and steady. Slow and steady. So I don't want to get poisoned by these guys or get interfered with. Just gonna clear her out one little side. Alright. Alright. Yeah, there are tar monsters in here, so you could set the tar pit on fire, but it burns for a while and it kind of creates a hazard that you have to avoid. So I wouldn't recommend setting them on fire. It will eventually go away, but yeah. Get close. Trigger the grab. There we go. Not too bad. Not too bad. Yeah, again, they have a chance of dropping large shards and chunks, but I don't have my item finding set on, so we may not get any. There's a chest up here. Okay, so it is a metal chest, so that's fine. I don't think you're trapped. And I'm going to get ready just in case. Shotel and Great Magic Weapon. Nice. Shotel is, curved sword that Lautrec used. Yeah. If I can get a good angle yet. If I can get a good angle on it. But, yeah. Yep, that right there. I think it goes around. Yeah. Shield pierce, yeah. Yeah. Creator's unknown, but he was clearly a true craftsman. The curved blade is designed to reach around the opponent's shield to deal damage. Use the strong attack, utilize. Yep, so if an enemy's blocking, just R2. Yeah. So it has its uses. And the Great Magic Weapon is just, upgraded version of Magic Weapon. Duh. Sorcery is superior to Magic Weapon, reinforces weapon on the other hand, intense magic. The old purist of Melfian Academy used swordplay as a barbaric form of engagement. Yep. Well, those guys, the purists, can, suck it. Another monster. Come on. Yeah, these guys are weakest to fire, but... No. Bad boy. No one wants your lunges. Should be another one, I wouldn't be surprised. Yep. Come on. You can't block or parry when you're power stancing claws. Luckily we can make short work of these guys, so that's always good. Get out of here. Ow. Come on. I don't want you spewing poison on us. Ah. Yes, I know, I see you, worm. I'm trying to get rid of these guys. Actually, hold on. No, I don't have a lot. Just be careful when you're throwing up there. Lucatiel is up there. So if you throw it a bit too far, you could accidentally hit her. So just be careful. It's this little worm thing. We have a summon sign. This should be Lone Hunter Schmidt. I wouldn't recommend summoning. Well, you could, but just make sure you banish them. Yeah, because when we get to the secret area, I'll talk about it. But just, I wouldn't recommend summoning. Not right now. I think we got to bleed off. There we go. Let's beat him up. Large soul. Ow. There's another one. Scraps of life and a torch. Scraps of life. Which one were you? I think you're dark sorcery. Yes. An esoteric spell created by Navlon, the infamous exile sorcerer, awakens the soul of the long-buried dead. The heretic Navlon was executed along with his entire village, and the mere utterance of his name became a crime. Some say it was because he sought to restore the banned art of resurrection. Interesting. I'll have to check that out. Alright. Yeah, just be careful with this one. There's a bleed right there. Come on. There we go. Alright, so the NPC invaders can invade in this little section. Yeah. Ooh, what'd you drop? Yep, they dropped poison stones. We have a shade, just bashful ray. Nice. Again, I wouldn't recommend summoning NPCs. Another tar monster. Come on, tar monster. There we go. There should be quite a few monsters in this little zone. There's the first NPC invader, Woodland Wild Child. Yes, we see. There should be another NPC invader, another Woodland Wild Child. They can invade at the same time, so just be mindful. What weapon do you have? Oh, that's the... Weapon of the last giant. Yeah, it's a great axe, so he's going to have extra poise when he swings, so we got to be careful. Just come in, poke him. Ah, just out of reach. That was a bleed. Oh, I missed him? Whatever. Whatever. Get out of here. Woodland Child Victor has been vanquished. We get effigy because he was invader. Yep. Again, there should be another wild land child spawn. So we just gotta wait for him to come. Oop. There we go. Radiant Life Gem. I know there's another tar monster areas. Alright. I never remember which ones have which. Alright, this one's tricky. Oh no, that's a mimic. No? I'm pretty sure that's a mimic. Well, anyway, there's a latch on it, so it should be a mimic, but I'm going to try and... Alright. Let's throw a Lloyd's Talisman at it, see what happens. If it's a mimic, it should go to sleep. It is not a mimic. Alright. But it is on a tar trap, and it's a wooden chest, which means if you hit it too many times, or if it gets hit too many times, it's going to break. And when it breaks, the item inside is lost, and all you get is rubbish. So the best way, and these poison statues can destroy it. So, best way I think to destroy that without really breaking it is to throw an urn. Not a firebomb. Firebomb with the pool on fire, and it's going to destroy the chest. There we go. Alright. But if you're not a mimic, then you're almost certainly trapped. So I'm going to put a shield on. Yeah, you have a latch, but you're not a mimic, because Lloyd's Talisman doesn't do anything. Alright. It's a Divine Blessing. Cool. Alright, that was a little fake out, I guess. Yeah, this little... Yeah, this... Again, if you use fire bombs to destroy that, you'll light this pool on fire, destroying the chest, so... Let's use a, like a witching urn, or a... hexing urn or holy water. Yeah, just not one of these. Alright. Okay. So we're going to slowly make our way this way. Get this little dragon skeleton. I'm assuming it's a dragon, but... My, what big teeth you have. Alright, Forlorn. If you want to invade, be my guest. Ow. That was This one right there. There we go. Alright, so that's the boss fog. We're not going to go through it just yet. Hey, who did that? Who did that? Probably one of you. But yeah, that's the boss fog. That'll lead you to the Rotten. Yep. Another old one. Yep. He's not too terribly difficult. He does hit like a truck, but he's pretty simple in his moveset. But we'll get to him later. We have the rest of this little zone to clear out. Hello, Mr. Tar Monster. Oh, what the hell is that? That was a BS grab if I ever saw it. Yeah. Stupid grabs. Anyway. With that out of the way. Yep. You can just barely make out the edge. Yeah, the little... Actually, it's right there, actually. Right there. A little drop down we'll have to do, leading down into the secret area of Black Gulch. First, we have this guide on Petrify. Wait, did they move Lucatiel? I think they might have moved her in here. I think they moved her in here. Yeah, but... Okay, no they didn't. Never mind. Yep. Past the Petrified guy. Secret bonfire. Very useful for run backs. Ferrous Lockstone. We won't say no to that. It just leads us out this way. Nice. We have to use a repair powder. So our weapons are getting low. I'm gonna rest real quick. So that repair powder was kind of useless, but whatever. I'm gonna rest. Hopefully we can get the other NPC invader to spawn. The other wild child. The Forlorn if he wants to, but... There he is, the other wild child. Ghoulie. Come on. It's basically like his other guy, except his weapons are in the other hand. Yeah, he's left-handed. Looks like the other one was right-handed. Ooh, got clipped. Nice. Let's get our stamina back. I'm not going to go over there. I know there's other tar monsters over there. I'm not going to go. There we go. Wild Child Ghoulie. Yep. Has been vanquished. And human effigy. Nice. Alright. So we got the other one to spawn. That's what we wanted. Alright. Yep, Wild Child Victor and Wild Child Ghoulie. Yep, you can tell them apart because Ghoulie has his weapon in his left hand. Victor has it in his right. So, I'm pretty sure it is possible for them to spawn at the same time, but they didn't do that for us here, so... Alright, I'm going to go rest again, just to have a chance of the Forlorn to spawn. I think resting is just what you need in order to get them to spawn. I don't think reloading the area will. Well, it will affect that, but I don't think it's the only way. Alright, so we need to go this way. Oh, I forgot about you guys. Not so bad. There we go. Alright, so let's get... We're going to clear out this other one just to be sure. There's a bleed. There we go. Alright. So the drop down is over here. Yeah, it's right here. Okay. Yes. Okay. Just pick a spot. Drop down. We have a forgotten door. Again, we need the key for that, but we should be able to get it down here. Yep. I think so we're actually just going to drop to here. There we go. And just sprint, just run off. Yep. Okay. Alright. So, through here is the giants. There's two elite giants, as the game calls them. Yeah, I would not recommend fighting them. I would not. I strongly recommend not fighting them. Yeah, because they hit like a truck. There's two of them, and they have a ton of health. So, yeah. So the game plan is to... we'll get our light back. The game plan is just to poison them. We're going to do our best to poison them. Because there is a room you can duck into that they can't get into. So you can just kind of sit at the entrance, throw poison knives at them, poison arrows, whatever. Yep. So... I'm trying to remember if it was to the right or to the left. I think it's to the right. Alright. I believe the room is to the right, so... Alright. You just make sure you kill them, yeah. You can see they're just barely make out their weapon. There's one right there, and there's one to the left. There's only two of them. However, if you have an NPC phantom spawned, there will be a third one. If you have two phantom spawns, there'll be 4 of them. So that's why I don't really recommend summoning NPCs, just for this little part. Alright, so we're going to do our best to get to their room. Alright, so we're just going to run, just to avoid them. Oh, it's to the right, cool. Well, I think they can still hit you from here, so just be careful. Alright, so it's 4 arrows. There we go. And we're just going to sit here and wait. We're just going to sit here and wait. I'm not going to go out there. I'm not going to fight them fairly. Nope. So we're going to sit here, let the poison do its thing. That should kill. At least I hope it does. Yep, there goes one. And there goes the other. Yep. And once you kill all the giants down here, you get the Forgotten Key, which unlocks those Forgotten Doors, as well as a Soul of the Giants. Yep. Let's see. Soul of a Giant. The Soul of a Giant is actually special. We don't want to use them. Yeah, the soul possessed by a giant. The soul of a giant who came to conquer Drangelic. Will the giant's resentment for the king be pacified in death, or only emboldened. Can be used to acquire souls only. Yep. I would not recommend using this. I would just keep it in your inventory. Because Keen Vendrick, the boss fight, his defenses are halved for every giant soul you have, or soul of a giant. Yep. So right now, his defenses are, let's see, 2, 4, 8. His defenses are currently 16 times their normal value. So, yep. So this, just one of these souls just cut his defenses in half. So there's 5. You can get 5 of them in total. I will get all 5, so I will fight Vendrick. But right now, Vendrick cannot be beaten. Well, he can be beaten, but it's going to take forever. And just don't use them. Just keep them in your inventory. As well as Forgotten Key. Yep. Key tossed into the gutter. Intrinsically designed, but of unknown origin. All manner of terrible things have been cast into the gutter in Majula, forming a settlement of filth and chaos. Okay. Yep, this is the key we use to open up the forgotten doors. Yeah. There's one in the pit leading down into the gutter. There's one in the gutter itself, and there's one right here we just passed. So, all right. For several talismans. Cool. I think there's another room in here somewhere. Here it is. Containing a chest. Oh, I don't think you're trapped. Ring of Giants +1 and a petrified dragon bone. Yep. Just an upgraded version of the Giant's Ring that we got from Gavelon. Yep. Provides 20 poise. Another petrified dragon bone so we can upgrade our boss weapons. Yep, and that's it. That was it for down here. Alright. Take the elevator up. Let's spit this out right here. Alright, so we're gonna go. Okay, so there is another drop down because there's another section we can get to right there. So we're gonna go find it. Or is it part of the? No, it's not there. Great, we got 2 of them to spawn, which I didn't want. Okay. Yeah, that's up there. I'm trying to remember how we got up there. Is it right here? No. Okay, so it's probably another drop down. Let me just take a peek over the edge. Yes, it is. All right. Another drop down. Yep. I thought that area was tied to the one over there, but nope, it's a separate one. Drop down. It should be a clean shot. Yep, and here she is. Lucatiel of Mira. What's up, my girl? How you faring?
Oh, you... My thoughts are very scattered.
Thoughts are very scattered, huh? Looks like you're hollowing pretty badly there.
What is this curse? The question rings in my mind, but I haven't the focus to answer it.
Oh, look at Teal.
Loss frightens me no end. Loss of memory, loss of self. If I were told that by killing you I would be freed of this curse, then I would draw my sword without hesitation. I don't want to die. I want to exist. I would sacrifice anything at all for this. It shames me, but it is the truth.
Yep. Without your memories, are you really you? Yep. How can you prove you existed if you have no memory and all that stuff? Yeah, it's pretty frightening. Very frightening.
Sometimes I feel obsessed with this insignificant thing called self. But even so, I am compelled to preserve it. Am I wrong to feel so? Surely you do the same in my shoes. Maybe we're all cursed. From the moment we're born.
That's pretty extreme there. Yeah. Well, of course we would defend ourselves, or at least the quote self. I mean, self-preservation is ingrained in every living being. And just saying we're all cursed from birth, is life a curse itself? That's pretty nihilistic? I don't quite say that, but yeah. That's not a good mindset, Bugatil, not a good mindset.
Sometimes I feel even... Am I wrong?
Alright.
Maybe.
Alright, so now she's repeating herself, so she should move on after this. Yep. Yep. Alright, Bugatil. Really? That was it. Yep, just for Lucatiel, huh? I thought there was a chest up here. Oh well. Oh, Lucatiel. Alright. Alright, so Lucatiel is found. Yeah, her next spot should be in Aldia's Keep, if I remember right, or at least outside of it. So, again, we did summon her for 3 boss fights, and she did survive, so that should be okay with her NPC quest line. So, we could summon her for the Rotten, just to be sure, but I don't know. Anyway, yeah, we'll make another drop here to open this door, because we want the guy on the other side. Forgotten key. Here he is. Man of the hour. This should be Dark Diver Grendel? Or Delver Grendel? Grendel, how you want to pronounce it. Yep, he's another Covenant guy. We're going to have to see him 3 times at least, because there's a boss behind his little quest line of sorts. Yeah, he also has the chime that we want. So, alright, Grendel, nice to meet you.
Ah, look how far this undead has wandered. And a very fit undead you are. A bit too alive, but with a darkish shadow. Yet still unprepared for a deeper dark. And like every undead, you have no future. Oh my, don't mind me. I'm just talking amongst myself. But if you find a need for a truer dark, then meet again. We shall.
Wait, you saying wait, hold on. You saying I can't do the thing here? I have to do it somewhere else? Really? I want to do it now. I don't want to wait.
The dark is still nascent within you. May the dark shine your way.
Alright, maybe we can't actually do it now. I thought we could. Yeah, because, hold on, let me just make sure.
The dark
Alright, yeah. Alright, so I guess we can't do it now. I wanted to do it now just to get it out of the way, but I think we have to meet him again. Yeah. But yeah, this is Dark Diver or Delver Grendel. Yep. Yeah. I was hoping we would be able to talk to him, join his covenant, and once we join his covenant, we can give him a human effigy, and he'll open up a portal on this little altar here, which allows us to go into the Abyss. Yep, the Abyss. Yep, where our task in there is to make our way through the cavern and light a sconce on the end. Yep. And that will achieve rank 1 of the Covenant. But I guess he won't let us do it now. I think we have to meet him again. And the next time we meet him is going to be in the Shaded Woods. So hopefully by then we'll be able to do it. Alright, Grendel, you get off easy this time. Only this time. Alright. Alright, because I hope I don't have to be hollow for him to actually talk to us. I hope that's not the case. It could be, for all I know, but... Alright, let's go back up. Let's go back up, prepare for our fight with the Rotten. Man, I'm kind of sad we couldn't do the dark dive. But, oh well. Which means we just have to come back to him when we're ready. Alright, do I actually need a rest at a bonfire? Alright, I don't want to use the claws. Well, we get the claws a try, but I don't think it's going to do anything or be of any worth. We'll get our spear on standby just in case. Alright. Corinthi ring or steel protection? Well, we don't need that anyway, so get both. Alright. I think we're good. I could use some more durability. You know, we'll use a repair powder, I don't care. Alright. Okay. Trying to remember if I bought the other bright bug from Valencia, but I think I did. Okay. Alright. Alright, so through here is the Rotten. Yep, our third old one. Yep. His arena has patches of flaming tar, so it's basically an environmental hazard in there. So we just gotta be wary of our footing. But yeah, other than that, he's a pretty straightforward fight. Simple melee attacks. He does have a grab attack and AoE explosion. He is susceptible to poison, so we could poison him if we wanted to, but I think he's pretty resistant to it, so it could take a while for it to actually trigger. Yeah. He has pretty basic melee attacks. Should be easy to dodge. He telegraphs them pretty well, I think. And our ADP is pretty good. I think our equip load is also, yeah, under half, so we should be okay. There is one, I won't say gimmick, but you can actually cut his arms off. Yeah, his arms can be cut off. And one of them, if you cut off one of his arms, I can't remember if it's the left or the right, but one of his arms will drop a Pharaoh's Lockstone if you cut it off. So I'm going to try and do it. We don't need it, but I just want to see if I can. Yeah. So we have to focus on an arm. Hopefully we can get the cut. But I might have to do it unlocked, which I'm not quite used to, but we'll see. We'll see. I think he's also weak to fire, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's pretty resistant to dark. I think he's average to everything else, but yeah. Alright, let's give this a try. Claws may not be the best weapon against him, but it's something. I just want to give him a try. So this might end our death or a real panic moment, but alright. Shall we just do this? Let's go. Alright, rotten. Okay, not terrible, but... So we're going to focus on his left arm. Come on, give me your other arm. Oops. Alright, might need a spear just for the reach. We might need the spear just for the reach. Yeah, so once we cut off his arm, then we'll go back to the... I hope I'm hitting it. That definitely hit it. We want that again. Oh. I thought we were going to do a third slam, not a sweep. Alright, come on, give me your fist slam, let's go. I think that was a grab attack. Ew. I'm pretty sure that's toxic spew. There we go. Nice. Yep, okay, so his left arm drops the item. Cool. You can also drop it or break his right arm. Oop. Out of the fire. Oh crap. I did not notice I was standing in fire. Let's see if we can get his other arm. Right, come on. Oh, come on. Ow. Don't give me your stubble. That's an AoE. It's a lot bigger than you think. Yeah, he can regenerate his hand. Yep. After a while, his hands do regenerate, so I think you can knock them off, not have to worry about them. Think again. There we go. Knocked his weapon hand off. Nice. Ah. Couldn't get her. Got stuck in an animation. He can still hit you with a stubble, so. Soul of the Rotten. rotten. Yeah, he's not very hard. Yep. Again, he has some pretty basic melee attacks since we have a good amount of ADP, adaptability, or agility, and less than 50% equip load. We could dodge his attacks pretty easily. So, yeah, he does have a grab attack, so just be mindful of that. Yeah. And if you do want this Pharaoh's Lockstone, just make sure it is. Yep, Pharaoh's Lockstone. If you do want that Pharaoh's Lockstone, just hit his left hand. Yep, this comes from his left hand. But you can, again, break both his hands, but he does regenerate them eventually. So just because you knock him off doesn't mean you don't have to worry about him. So yeah, rotten. Pretty straightforward. He does give you a good chunk of souls. Also, a lot of players tend to use the bonfire ascetic at that bonfire past that petrified statue, because that will respawn the rotten here into his new game cycle. Because he's pretty easy for an old one, he's pretty easy, and he gives like a ton of souls. Like after, I think it's like 200 something thousand in the new game plus. So yeah, it gives you a lot of souls. So a lot of players tend to bonfire ascetic that bonfire, come back here to beat him up. So, but I don't want to do that because I don't like using the ascetics. And for the fights, we got his soul. Yep, Soul of the Rotten. The Soul of the Rotten, who writhes deep within the gutter. The Rotten embraces all, and is sanctuary for all things unwanted or tossed away. Yep. Acquire a bunch of souls or create stuff. Yep. After you can get at least a weapon out of it. You might be able to get a spell as well. But yep. There is, which way is it? I think it's over here. I think it's over here. Nope, never mind. There is a doorway. It's probably up there. It is. Okay. We want this item real quick. Okay, so it's burns pretty badly. Use an orange burr. I think we have to run and jump to get to it. There we go. Fire seed, we'll take it. Alright. Nice. I think that's the only item in here. Alright. Let us press forward. Should be a primal bonfire back here. Oh yeah, a chest. Usually a chest after each old one. And we have Petrified Something, Simpleton, and Skeptic Spice. Nice. I also went back and traded my Smooth and Silky Stones, Petrified Somethings, with the Crow. Didn't get really anything good out of it, that trade. Got another Chandler Trident, but we're just going to sell it. Alright. Another Primal Bonfire lit. And this is the access to the Sunken Crown DLC. Yep. So we'll come back for this once we have the key to the to open the door there. But for right now, I want to let's head back to Jula real quick. Yep, Black Gulch. Pretty short. You can definitely run through it in like less than a minute. But you have anything to say? Probably not, but we're going to hear it anyway.
Proceed, bearer of the curse. It is the only choice left to you.
Need to press forward or die. I
If
guess.
you find an Estes over the hill and where... But what?
Okay. we have a fire seed, so we can upgrade it with her. Elizabeth?
I'm glad to see you're well.
Alright. Reinforced pyromancy flame. Yep. +7.
Master Carillion and I have... Master... But he...
Alright. Did I get everything I want from you? Yes, I did. Cool.
I'm always here.
Cool. So, that's, Melinda should have restocked her bright bugs. So we're gonna go grab those.
You?
Yep, 3 more bright bugs at 24,000 apiece. Ooh, boy. We're gonna buy them anyway, because I want to. I tend not to use them, but I'm gonna buy them anyway.
Thanks.
Kindly. Alright. Don't think anything new with Magarold. Not Magarold,
You need armor?
Mullen.
See what...
Yeah, nothing new here.
Are you sure?
Okay. I was pretty sure. Alright. We'll check in on Kale, because another flame should be lit on the map. Maybe he has something new. Yep. I think it's this flame right here that got lit.
Even more flames have appeared. I don't know what causes it. I would not venture. It was...
Alright. Nothing new. Alright. So we have another flame on the map. It'll eventually give us this stuff, but I think we need to light all the flames on the map, which requires most of the major bosses to be done. Alright. Anything else I want to do? Yes. Yes, we got the Forgotten Keys. We got the other 2 Forgotten Doors to go to. I think it's this ladder right here. So this ladder should take us all the way to the door. At least to the platform to get to the door. Yeah, it should be that other ladder right there. Okay, so we can't climb back up. We want this. Here's the other Forgotten Door. And we have 3 chests and an item. This item should be the key to the Sunken DLC. The Dragon Talon. Yep. Guides ones to an unknown land. Yep. A terribly worn Dragon Talon. Legend has it that in the deepest reaches of the Black Gulch, behind a door locked from the inside, is a significant city, or a magnificent city, built for a great slumbering dragon. This talent clearly dates to ancient times, but great vitality emanates from it still. Yep, so that we can access the, again, Sunken Crown DLC. But I'm going to do that again after the base game. Can do these DLCs after the base game. Alright, so we have 3 chests. This shouldn't be trapped. This one has a Soul Vortex. Here it is. One of the lost sorcery is preserved only in the undead crypt. Fires successive homing souls. Extremely difficult sorcery to evade, making it very effective against frisky foes. 37 intelligence, so probably not going to be using it, but it's in here. Witch Tree Branch and Belvine. Catalyst, yep. Branch of a forest wandering witch tree, a catalyst for sorceries and hexes. Now it is used as a weapon, but this was originally part of a witch tree. And same for the Belvine, yeah. Belvine that sprouts amongst old growth. Catalyst for miracles and hexes. Clerics who are Clerics who are ostracized devised this as an alternative catalyst for casting miracles. Most clerics who are stripped of their status are good-for-nothings, but among them are powerful spellcasters who represent its real threats to the establishment. Though not a proper catalyst, the Bellvine is quite powerful. Yeah. The intelligence being dark. Faster casting. I'll have to check it out, see if this is actually probably better than our than the staff here. It might be. It might be. If we upgraded it. But I think it might take Twinkling Titanite, which I don't want to spend if I'd rather not. Yeah. Ooh, an A in lightning, but only only 100 cast speed, so I don't know about that. Yeah. I don't know about that. The branch, maybe. The Bellvine, no. Alright. And we have Great Lightning Spear. Oh boy. Oh my, wow. 42 faith, really? Okay, we're gonna have to pump our faith up. Miracle launches a great spear of lightning, said to be the legacy of an ancient clan whose leader was revered as God of Sun. Yep. Oh, it's the same as regular spear. Okay. Okay. Should never wane. 42 faith. Alright, I know what I'm gonna do. But I need to... Oh, God, I have so many things I want to level up. Anyway. Alright, so yeah. Soul Vortex, Tree, Branch, Bellvine, yep. Great Lightning Spear. Alright. Back to Majula, and then we'll go to the other Forgotten Door, which is in the gutter. So we're going to have to run to that real quick. It should be by the opening bonfire. We should be able to jump to it. At least jump to the platform leading to it. Yeah, it was the, what's the ones with the, bugs? I don't think so. Yeah, it's over there. It's that ladder right there. Item fell through. Thank you for the torch. It should be up here. My whip. Yep, there it is. All right. Make sure you have your poison moss, because there is a ton of these statues in there. Alright, should be the last Forgotten Door. Yeah. I'm not going to be playing around with this poison. Alright. And in the urn was Havel's armor set and great shield. Yep, that Havel. Yeah, that Havel. Oh boy. A helm of its A helm as if hewn from a great boulder, offers stupendous defense but weighs a ton. The origin of the name Havel is not clear. Some say it was the warrior who wore the armor, but others say that it was the name of a great kingdom, ruined in a barbaric war. 20 strength. Okay, so we can't even use it at our current level. We need, what, 4 more points in strength? Oh, yeah. Or Havel the Rock. 136 poise. Wow. Even though we're not even though we're not able to actually wield it properly, we still have stupendous defenses, which is nuts. Yeah, and we got a shield. Yep, a shield formed by chiseling a giant boulder. Offers incredible defense, but is also terribly heavy. So heavy, in fact, that he who takes it into battle is not allowed to flee until he or his opponent has fallen. 45 strength. Wow. Wow. Yeah. Havel the Rock. Alright. Yep, so we came in here for Havel's set. Again, we need like another 4 points into strength. Another 4 points in strength just to properly wield it or use it. So, alright, let's get out of here. Yeah, that should be the last of the Forgotten Doors. So, let's go back to the jeweler real quick, and then we'll call an episode. Alright. And with that, I am going to call an episode. Yes, we did the Black Gulch. Yep. Not a very big area. Yeah. Again, you could probably sprint from beginning to end in like less than a minute. If you just run past everything. But we didn't. We took our time. Yep. Took our time, used our claws here to beat up the little tar monsters, as well as the 2 giant worm things, whatever they're called. And we also used our whip to break the statues. Yep, the poison spewing statues. Yes. Just kind of slowly worked our way through. Got to the other end of the Gulch, where we were invaded by Wildland Child Victor. I think he was the first one to invade us. I wasn't sure how the claws would do against him, but luckily he didn't have too heavy of armor set, so we were able to stagger him, or really stun him, with our claw swipes. Yep. So that helped a lot in our favor. Yeah, just kind of come in, swipe at him a few times, like twice. Well, just, just that. Swiped down a few times, backed off, rinse and repeat. So we just slowly took him down. I think he might be able to. I think he dropped something, but it's pretty rare, so it's not. I don't think we're able to get it. No. Hold on. Excuse me. Sorry. Yeah. So all we got from him was an effigy, like any other invader, and some souls. So, yeah, we just kind of finished clearing out the other tar monsters, the other poison spewing statues. Diffused a tricky chest. Yep. Yeah, there's a wooden chest on top of a tar pool that if you try to use a firebomb to destroy the statue in the back, you'll set the pool on fire, destroying the chest. If you just run up to the chest to open it up, you're going to get the statue spitting, poison spits from the statues will break the chest. So we were trying not to get the chest broken, That's all we would have gotten at that point, which is rubbish. We don't want rubbish. We want the thing in the chest. So we used our whip to clear the little poison spewing statues in front of it, and we used a hexing, or not a hexing urn. We used an urn, yeah. So we used a witching urn to destroy the statue behind the chest. So once those statues were cleared, took a look at the chest. There was a latch on it, and again, all the mimics in the game have a latch on it, but when we threw a Lloyd's Talisman at it, it didn't go to sleep, which means it wasn't a mimic. So we went up, opened it up. It wasn't trapped either. So it's I'll say a fake out, I would say, almost. So just trying to get you to believe that it's a mimic so you would swing at it to break it. But nope, it's not. But inside was a divine blessing. So something in our back pocket if we need it. Yep. And there was also a chest at the very beginning, a metal chest this time. That contained great magic weapon, and I think something else. I don't quite remember. But it was the great magic weapon. So an upgraded version to magic weapon that we might wield, we might use. We'll see. Yep, so once we got the other chest, we went and unpetrified a statue, which opened up a secret bonfire of sorts. Yeah, the other bonfire in the Black Gulch area. It's on the far side from the first one, right next to the boss fog. And in that little room was another urn containing a Pharaoh's Lockstone. So I think we have, well, we should have 6. Yeah, we have 6 right now, so there's a lockstone in there, and then after that, I think we rested at the bonfire, just so we can get the other NPC invader to spawn. This time it was Wildland Child, what was his name? Billy? No, Gully. Gully, yep. Wildland Child Gully. Yep. And the only way to distinguish them is that their weapon and shield hands are swapped. Yeah. Victor, his weapon's in the right hand, and Gully, his weapon's in the left. So that's how you can tell them apart. But like his other brother, we used our claws to swipe at him, slow and steady, and then we defeated him. Again, all we got from that was an effigy, like all the other invaders, and some souls. So, oh well. And then after that, we did our drop down to one of the little secret areas. Yep. There was a forgotten door down there, which we couldn't open just yet. But further down was a tunnel leading to a big open room containing elite giants. Yep. These are the same giants that invaded Drangelic many, many years ago. Yep. Yeah, I guess there were survivors that made their way down there somehow. Yep, there was 2 of them. At least for us, there was 2 of them. Again, if you summon an NPC helper, or another player, or some other summon of some kind, like if you summon somebody, another giant will be down there. Yep. For every summon you have will be an additional giant. So it starts with 2. If you had 1 summon, it's going to be 3. If you have 2 summons, it's 4. So I wouldn't recommend summoning NPCs in Black Gulch just for that reason. So all we had was 2. But then we used cast light to just at least illuminate the area around us. But there's a ladder room shortly inside the bigger room that you can kind of scoot into. And the giants can't get in. They can't path into it. So we sat there, used poison arrows to poison the giants. Slowly but surely. Yep, slowly but surely. Yep, I think 2 applications of poison was enough to kill them. I would not recommend fighting them head on. Well, at least not 2-on-1 anyway. If you get one of them down with poison, then you could probably go 1-on-1 with the other one, but I still wouldn't recommend it because they hit hard and they have over 2,000 health. But yeah, the main thing is that they hit hard and they have a pretty wide area of attack, so they're pretty difficult. So best not to fight them head on if you can. Yep. But if you kill all the giants in that little room, you get the Forgotten Key, as well as a Soul of a Giant. Yep. Soul of a Giant is just the only thing you really want to do with it, just hold it in your inventory. Because for every Soul of a Giant you have, Vendrick's defenses will get cut in half, up to 5 Souls of Giants. So right now, Vendrick's defense is 16 times higher than normal. So until we get the other giant souls, we're not going to be fighting him once we get to him. So it's going to be a hot minute before we fight him, I'll say that. But we will get all the giant souls we can, which there are 5. So, and then with their Forgotten Key, we took the elevator back up. Well, before we went the elevator up, we found the other room, that bigger room, with a chest containing a petrified dragon bone and what was the other thing in that chest? I don't remember. I don't remember what the other thing was, but it was a petrified dragon bone. I don't remember that one. And then after that, we grabbed the silver talismans in the elevator room, elevator up. Then we went back towards the beginning of the level because there was another secret drop down. So we dropped down there, walked through the tunnel where we found Lucatiel. Yep, Lucatiel's there. She was not doing very well. No, she was not doing very well. It was like the curse is taking its toll on her. Yeah. So she's, I'm gonna say, lamenting her fate almost. Yeah, she didn't want to lose herself. She's trying to do everything she can to break the curse, even if it means fighting us. So, yeah, she's not doing very well, but. She is a possible summon for the Rotten. I think her summon sign's in the bonfire room past the petrified statue. But again, with our playthrough, we summoned her 3 times already for 3 different bosses. So she should be good to go. Should be good to go. Yep. I hope so anyway, because if we missed one, we're screwed. I don't think so, but pretty sure we did. Yeah. Again, you can summon her for the Rotten if you have to, but it's not necessary. But for the quest line, it's probably one of the easier bosses to summon her for. But yep, and then after that, we prepared ourselves for the Rotten, and then we took him on. Yep, took on the Rotten, our 3rd old one. Again, he's not a very hard fight. Pretty basic melee combos. An AoE explosion, a grab attack, spews out like toxic poison. Yeah, the biggest thing with the that fight is his arena, because there are various pools of burning tar or burning fire, basically. Yeah, it almost killed us. I didn't realize I was in one of those little fire pools and almost died. So. Yeah, just be mindful of where your footing is, where you're dodging. But so we went in, we fought him. We did knock his arms off, or his hands off. Knocking off his left hand will cause a Pharaoh's Lockstone to spawn on a corpse. So after we did that, we beat him up. Got his soul, the Soul of the Rotten. Picked up the Pharaoh's Lockstone. Slapped on our fire quartz ring and an orange burr. Made our way through the fire to grab a fire seed. Lit the Parma bonfire. Came back to Majula. Upgraded our pyromancy flame. Bought the bright bugs. Checked in with Kale. And then we went down into the pit towards the final. Well, not the final. The second. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. Yeah, and before we did the boss fight, we used the Forgotten Key to open up the Forgotten Door in Black Gulch, where we met Dark Diver Grendel. Yep. But apparently we are not ready to do his little quest line. I think we have to meet him at least one more time. I think that's in the Shaded Woods for him. If not, then it's going to be in Drangelic Castle, so yeah. So, but at least we met with him, we talked to him, So we should be able to. He should move to his next location, which is going to be in the Shaded Woods. So, yeah, so we did that. Then we fought the Rotten. Then we came back to Majula to upgrade our pyromancy. Checked in with some of the NPCs. Went down into the pit to unlock the Forgotten Door down there, which contained the Dragon Talon to access the Sunken King DLC. 3 chests, one containing the Soul Vortex spell, one containing the Great Lightning Spear, and the other one containing the Witch Tree Branch and Bellvine. The Witch Tree Branch, if I'm not mistaken, looks like the Ulasil Catalyst. Let's see if I can slap it on here. Yeah. Very reminiscent of the Ulasil Catalyst, but as well as the Bellvine. So that's what we got down the Forgotten Door in the pit. And after that, we went to the gutter to get to the last Forgotten Door. Luckily, it wasn't too far from the bonfire, but there was a ton of poison-spitting statues in there, and yeah, just kind of cleared them out. And then we picked up Havel's armor set. That Havel. We have the stone armor set, and the shield, and the great shield. So we have her set. Don't have the strength to properly wield it, but even without the proper stats, it still provided a solid defense values. So, yep. Yeah, and then after that, we came back up here, and that was it. Yeah, that's all we did. Just Black Gulch, the Forgotten Doors. Attempted to do the Dark Delver Covenant, but nope, not yet. Yeah. Slowly but surely, we're making our way through the game. We're about halfway through. I kid you not, it's about halfway. And the next episode will be Shaded Woods. Yep. Gonna go through where Rosabeth was petrified. Yep. That bonfire. And then we're gonna go into the Shaded Woods. Ah, yes. Yep. And there's just be some more goblins and fun stuff. I think I have to talk to Benhard again, because once we unpetrified Rosabeth, he should have some more dialogue, so we'll talk to him first next episode, and then we'll go through the Shaded Woods. But yeah, but again, that is for another episode, and I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.